Hey everybody, how we doing? So I've got a speed build for you today. We're getting Marcus all set up in his new house as he has about 2 days, I think, until he turns into an elder. So the gameplay that we've been doing of having him impregnate every woman that he meets is not going to be, a thing for much longer. We've got a couple more days of big work to do to make sure, the maybe we hit the 30. I think we can, pretty easy. Anyway, so I've just deleted his whole house here. We're gonna start fresh, start from scratch. I pulled up a floor plan for a luxury condo because I thought that was kind of the vibe for him. I picture him becoming like this silver fox. I think we're gonna try to get him, you know, all ripped after he can retire, go to the gym, stop his life of streaming as it were, and get settled. So I had to mess around for a while with the floor plan. We're doing this like loft bedroom situation that looks out over the rest of the house. Um, and we wanted to kind of set it up a little bit like it could be a party place since he knows all these people and he's like pretty famous. We can get everyone to come and like hang out. He can entertain and have people over, maybe like invite his kids over, although there isn't anywhere for him to stay. He doesn't need those kids to hang out long term, but maybe, come for a visit. We've got everything sorted out here. That seems nice for a deadbeat dad who's famous gamer. So we're kind of messing around here with this floor plan. We've got those big stairs that are coming up. You can kind of see the beginning of what I was thinking about for our style. Um, I wanted to do something kind of sleek and like obviously he's a programmer, so he's like in the tech industry was where I was going with this. So it's like modern, but still like definitely showing his accumulated wealth. Uh, so so that everyone knows, that, back in the day when he was a young hot stud and impregnating everyone, he was also making bank. Although I don't think we're gonna get to the full aspiration that he needed to for actually making money, but that's all right. So we've got this kitchen going. I started with this bar. At the beginning I put a bunch of stuff that was in his apartment that we maybe wanted to keep into my inventory, and that bar was one of those. But it's not actually that expensive, so I don't really feel bad about getting rid of it. And there's actually I found that there was this bar that goes with this countertop, which is great. So like there's no kind of weird separation. I didn't realize that they were like associated with each other. So you've got this like seamless transition from bar to the rest of the countertop, which is great for entertaining. Um, we can get the bartender in there. We can get a few, party perks. But yeah, you can see I'm like messing with the frame a bit because with the inspiration that I was looking at the floor plan, they didn't have a bathroom upstairs, which I thought was really weird. Like they didn't have an ensuite for him. It would have to be like you get up in the middle of the night and you're like going down that big staircase and going to the main floor and like peeing, and he's gonna be old, so I don't want him to have to like get up all the time. So it was like, all right, we've got to figure out how to have enough room for this bedroom upstairs while still having enough room for him to have like a pretty nice bathroom. I thought, luxury condo, he would have a kind of luxury bathroom. So we've got like the big hot tub in there, and this kind of separate room. You'll see where it's like you've got your sink in like a little alcove, and then you come into the bathroom proper. So you could like kind of be like getting ready looking in the mirror, and someone else could be like using the toilet and it's not in the same room. And a lot of places I know, like in I think England and like Australia, it's pretty common to have like a separate little zone for like the toilet specifically so that you can like pee and someone else can be doing something else, which I feel like is really smart. Because like if someone needs to shower or if you need to, like the issue of like growing up at home or like having roommates or whatever, where like someone's in the shower for like 45 minutes and you have to pee and you're dying. So it's a smart anyway. So we don't really have that here, but we do have this kind of like antechamber, which I had kind of thought I would maybe be able to do like a walk-in closet situation, but he's like he'll have a nice closet. We'll get to it, but um I don't know. He's never been like a fashion guy, so it didn't necessarily seem like something that would be a priority. Plus, it's like more of a bachelor plaid. Like it's definitely bachelor plaid. It's definitely like a kind of, I don't know, not like super masculine space, but makes sense that he would be the person living here. So I'm just working on this bathroom. I had a little trouble with like the lighting where I was like, okay, what says like opulence but also like tech, not like old fashioned. So we're just messing around here. It's going all right. I had a lot of fun, like, because he had so much money saved up from all his exploits. So I had a good time being able to actually like put in those kind of useless things, like the little like knickknacks and whatever, and not being worried too much about like a budget. Although I think by the end of it, we were down to like 8,000 simoleons. I think we probably spent like upwards of 60,000 on this house. But you know, he had it. So what are you gonna spend? He doesn't have grant. Well, I mean, he has kids, but he doesn't have to pay alimony, so we're not worried about that. So it's fine, right? He doesn't have to leave anyone an inheritance, is what I'm saying. I mean, he could. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Well, I mean, it's on brand for how he's been dealing with these kids. As in, absolutely not at all. Maybe we'll invite them to the birthday party. They can all come without the moms. We'll just be like, all right, here's a party of all people who are related but probably haven't met each other. Just so they know, you know, so they don't like run into each other on the street and they're like, oh, who's that? Ooh, and it turns out to be their half sibling because that's just awkward for everyone involved. So we're putting up some art and then I move those over because I don't want them at all. And we figure out some windows because we've got this weird situation. Building a loft is weird because it's like, where do you put the windows? You have all this wall space that could like have windows in it, but I don't know. I struggle with that a bit. It looks a little weird from the outside, but I'm not going to stress about it too much because, like, whatever. I'm not putting this on the gallery. No one gives a fuck. So still just messing around with the bathroom. But I think you kind of see like this closet situation where you've got like the closet for the clothes, and then the little wardrobe thing for the shoes. He's got all this like boy stuff, so he can be a fancy old man, silver fox. And I went with this nice hardwood. I like the differentiation with like the colors. I feel like that's a nice look, and I don't think it's too busy in this house because it's so big. We got the Get Famous floors, and I love those subway tiles. I would love to have a bathroom with subway tile in real life. Um, actually, I would love to live in this apartment in real life. Although, actually, I don't know how I feel about actually living in an open concept place because I think I would just feel weird. Like everyone can hear your conversation, but I guess he lives alone, so he doesn't have to really worry about privacy. Okay, you can see I'm like messing around more with the floor plan upstairs um, because I wanted the loft part to go out over top of the kitchen cabinets because I feel like then it gives it more of like a built-in kind of look. I messed around with these windows for like 3 years until I was like, okay, we'll just put four. That's great. Anyway, the windows are hard. That's funny. I forgot that that carpet in the living room. You'll see it again. I chose it pretty early on, and I just stuck with it. I guess we did a kind of black and white thing here. I didn't do this on stream. I just did it on my own because I think like having to. I don't know how people like build on stream and like have it all in their heads, although maybe we'll do another one just for fun, not for like a specific guy because I was trying to make choices of like, oh, what would Marcus like in his apartment. So it's maybe easier if you don't have like a very specific and flawed and sim in mind. So we've got the kitchen going. That's pretty good. I got one of those little trash cans that gives you money. Not that he needs it, but although he could probably use it now that we've spent all this money on this crazy house. And I'm gonna have right now it's just like a big long rectangle, but I ended up putting on a garage that you'll see that's like towards the front or like quote unquote garage for all his like random stuff because he's got like a special couch that was given to him as a reward for his job as a as a gamer. slash programmer, and he's got like a exercise machine, and like a big boom box. That was another reward. So just needed like a little zone. Oh, and the card table. So we are really ready for any kind of party here. So you can get people playing games. We'll see what's going on. I think maybe like having a party senior is the way to go. He can't fuck anyone anymore, but he's still down to party. Oh, and I had a weird issue. So like, can you see here this goddamn situation with the lights? So I have like pendant lights over the counter and pendant light over the dining room table. And I thought about for a long time, how do I make this not weird? Because in real life, these are floating like midway up the wall, but there's no roof above there. So it's like you don't have anything that it's actually attached to. It's just like Harry Potter style, like floating in the air. So I thought about like, oh, is there a way that we can do like beams? And I feel like there might be some stuff in debug, but could not be arsed to check. So in the end, I was just like, we're just doing gameplay, and also we're only living in this house till he dies, so I think it's fine. We're not gonna worry about the logistics of having your lamps just like floating fully midair. So now I'm working on his little office. Because he has like a desk and the control thing, and it's pretty much the same as his office in his old house. I threw him a baby Yoda because I feel like he'd be down, you know? Or I guess it's called Grogu, right? Is it sacrilege to call it baby Yoda? Um, anyway, and then he's got this nice new desk and his little gamer chair for both sides. How are we doing? Look at that little guy in there. I think he's gonna be delighted by him. Oh yeah, and the hutch on the side, that little side table, I like that. So at this point, I think I was still figuring out like, what am I gonna do with this big, huge fucking speaker that was like, it's given to you as a perk of your job, but I had to figure out what to do with it. And you'll see, I have it for a while in this room, and eventually I do replace it with like a, what is that called? The like record turntable, like big hutch thing. Because they have a white one, so it goes with this whole aesthetic that I end up doing, where like all the furniture is black and white. Which I think makes sense, like particularly if you're thinking of like he isn't necessarily someone who you would think would care that much about his house. And so I think he would not have wanted, if he was going to get this like fancy living situation, I feel like Marcus would have just hired like an interior decorator to like fully stage the house for him. Oh yeah, and I was looking for a table cuz I wanted a circular one. I feel like that would have made a lot of sense. But unfortunately, I couldn't find one. So, or like one that made sense to me. So I took those like side tables that are for children and figured out like, okay, so I can alt place these really easily so that they make a circle together. And I went with the black with the white on the inside, which I think looks nice. You can't put a thing. Did you see? I tried to put a little flower there. You can't put a thing in the center unless you were to do that thing where it's like, okay, you raise where it's supposed to be and then you put your tables in underneath it. But that's so annoying and nitpicky. I wasn't about to do that. And he's got a TV, which is the nice one. I didn't end up doing the full big screen because he kind of never watches TV. Like he's a gamer. This is more just like for when people are over. And I thought that was maybe going to be a bit tacky. So we're not worried about that. Anyway, so here we go. We're trying to find a wall situation. Because I think you probably, really, what do you do here other than like a um, like painted wall? Like you can't really do wallpaper because it would just be so crazy. I feel like wallpaper works best with like small rooms. And I did put a fun wall in the office when the little like looks like mountains to me. But I feel like that's fun. Like he's doing VR in there. He's got his little machine. So, why not? Yeah, I did look at wallpaper, but it's just like it's so annoying to like figure out. I don't know. I'm really bad at wall color. Um, or I just end up doing like the same shit. Anyway, so I just did it white because like again, I like remembered like okay, this isn't, this is something made by like a pretty standard interior designer. Like they're not gonna do anything that's like really risky. Oh, okay, yeah. And I was putting in walls upstairs because I was trying to figure out if I could do like a weird like platform thing or something to replicate the as I was saying like doing a beam like along the thing that the lights could hang from. But yeah, and then I just gave up. Tried out those film lights for a minute. But I think it ended up okay. I think it looks like a real place, which is fun. Like it looks like, you know, other than I guess the office, which is a little crazy, but like I don't know. I don't know any pro gamer streamers in real life, so maybe they have offices like this in their fancy house. Um, and I've got the downstairs like powder room, which isn't a full bathroom, but just, you know, for guests and whatnot for entertaining. You don't need them taking a bath in your house anyway. We just need the bath upstairs. We could have we do put in a hot tub, so that's coming up. Don't think I forgot. It's going on a little balcony thing above the garage. Because I was just thinking like, oh, I shouldn't have put that little like hot tub bath thing upstairs, because then like, but there is one that they can get to. It is still upstairs, but you can get to it from outside. You don't have to go through the bedroom. You also upstairs you don't really have to go through the bedroom. You can kind of see the bed. Some people are weird about that. When I was growing up, my dad did not want any of our friends going upstairs in the house. It was like this is the private family area where like our mess is, and like downstairs is where people could be, which I found really weird because like none of my friends had that issue. Figuring out wallpaper for the rest of the house. So yeah, like I put in like cute wallpaper in the downstairs powder room because you know I feel like with a small space like that you can kind of go more bold because it's even like less of a commitment, and wallpaper in real life is like quite expensive, and a pain to put up. Like I love how it looks when you get something really funky, but like God, I wouldn't want to do it myself. I know a girl who's in her kitchen in her house. She has like Frida Kahlo wallpaper, so it's just like all like bunch of frames like do all over the wall. But it's just wallpaper, which I think is kind of clever. But it's very like you step in the room and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my mind. Just figuring out the foyer and this little garage situation that we have going on. So we've got all the kind of like fun stuff in here. I feel like that makes sense, you know? Like you have your little kind of like rec room, like stupid things area. I feel like if he had like a chest freezer, it would be in this area as well, you know? Like um maybe if he I don't know, you don't really have storage in The Sims, which is what makes it kind of weird. Like you have a closet, or like you have like bureaus and stuff and like shelves, but like there's never a need to be like, okay, I need somewhere for like these boxes to go. um so you end up like when I'm building, I will sometimes, although not less often than not, do I look at, does that make sense? Do I look do I look at like architecture floor plans or like design floor plans, whatever, to get inspiration, because I find they're hard to replicate because they all have closets. And so it's like, what do I do with that extra space if that's like a thing that's making the room different or like act totally differently, you know? So I don't know. It would be interesting, although probably annoying, if like The Sims introduced more kind of real world stuff like that, where it's like full on closet situation. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm not playing with a lot of packs, so I know there's like some other like different like extensions or gameplay stuff packs that maybe have more stuff like that, like laundry day. I don't know. You don't really have like storage though. But like you don't need a linen closet in The Sims. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So we're doing the backyard. I kind of fussed around with this pool a little bit. I was like having an issue with this stupid fountain thing that I really wanted to include. This looks so stupid sped up anyway. So, but in the end it was like, nah, this isn't going to make any sense. But I think like I don't know. It maybe is even like more opulent than he is, you know? Like Marcus, I mean. So we do just have like a pool and a little like sitting area. You've got the grill, which I think is nice. You know, he's outside. Like they live in the desert, so I just kind of didn't go for really any foliage. I kind of imagine this like hedge as being just plastic, like fake Disneyland hedge or something. Just for a little bit of color, but you know, they wouldn't have a big garden out here anyway. And that's not good for the environment. You got to water all your plants. Having a lawn is the biggest scam. There's no reason for it. Oh yeah, and in the garage, I gave him a whole bunch of swords. Cause I feel like he would have it, you know? He's that kind of guy. He would be like, "Oh, these are my favorite sword replicas from my favorite games." As like that he like streams with or whatever. I don't know. I think so. So, what are we up to? Oh yeah, I was messing around with these like pillars because I wanted to. You want to take advantage, and in the top floor, I gave it higher ceilings just to give like that illusion of it being taller. Um, it's like normal medium sized floors, like ceiling height on the main floor, so that the cabinets don't end up looking weird. Because I always hate that where like it's like a cabinet and then you have like a whole bunch of space up to the top of the ceiling. I feel like that doesn't happen in real life. But you need to be like cabinet accessible. So putting those wooden bits upstairs was how I dealt with the ceiling. We've got some shoes in the front hall and some stuff hanged up. You know, it's nice. It's like real life. You've got this little entryway. Everyone can say hey to each other as they pass and leave and whatever from these parties. I kind of wish that they in The Sims had like a bowl of keys. I feel like that would be a good little decorative object because I always want to have like a little table or something in the front, with like a bowl for your keys and knickknacks and gloves and stuff on it. Um, but they don't have it. I feel like it should be a base game thing. Like it feels so obvious. Like they have a box of like tissues and like a bunch of other crap, but I don't know. Oh yeah, so we put in the hot tub, so we're doing great. Adding some more little bits and pieces of nonsense. So we've got one lounge chair up top, one lounge chair down the bottom, because he's gonna be out here lounging on his own, having a nice time. He can get in the hot tub, have a lounge, walk around. It's all good. Yeah, and I ended up extending it a bit more because it made more sense with how big this stupid hot tub is. It's actually so annoying. Like I can't believe that's what the Sim team gave us for like the anniversary. That's so silly. Cuz it's not cute either. It's kind of ugly. I don't know. So, we're doing some flooring. We're like almost done. I just was kind of messing around with some last minute things. Got our flooring outside and our stupid little garbage can. Figuring out the front door. We can't really do floor tiles because this door is on like a middle tile and also is weird because it's like lopsided. So it just makes the most sense to use like um to use the like terrain tools. And I really wanted this plant, and then I was trying to like kind of struggling with how I was gonna make it look cute because we're really close to the front. But I feel like that's makes sense. Like you don't, I don't know. He doesn't. Why would he need a big front area? Um, but yeah, so we're getting there. It was a fun build to do. It took me ages. Like you can see, I'm really like working through it as we go. So a lot of things kind of got bopped around. I still don't know if I feel weird about the garage being like one tile over. Although that probably makes sense because you wouldn't have your garage door going right to the edge of your garage. You would need like somewhere for like the little, I don't know, keypad and stuff. Or for like the side bits to go. I don't know. All right. Oh yeah, my windows. I was having such a struggle and they look so stupid, but it's all right, you know. I feel like houses look really stupid in real life most of the time with their window placement, so I don't think we have to stress about that too much. How are we doing over here? Yeah, these windows. God, man. Like, I call me anything you like, but don't call me an interior designer or an architect. Holy moly. That's all right. But in the end, I think it looks cute. Forgot some walls to paint, you know, because that's fine. I think it looks great. I'm pretty happy with it. I'll take you through it in just a second and we can take a look and see how we feel about it. But I think it turned out pretty cute. put a knife on the counter, some weird stress, and we're done. All right, let's take a look. Got the garage over here with the stereo and the card table and the workout equipment and its little sword collection. Got a powder room off of the entrance. Then the office. I think I'm gonna lock this door when we have people over, just so they stop coming in and trying to use the machine. We walk out into the nice like living, dining, kitchen area. We've got our weird table. We've got black and white furniture. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know, like I feel pretty happy about it. You can come outside to the little patio and the pool. There's the kitchen, and then up here you come up these stairs. You can get to this little like lifted patio over the garage, which is nice. Got the hot tub, and then we've got this like hot tub bath in this fancy bathroom ensuite from his bedroom. So the bedroom like looks out over the loft, which I feel like is fun. And you could like, if you were having a party, I imagine he would like come out and like moon everybody from there or something. Ugh, let go. All right, y'all. Thanks very much for watching. I'm streaming every week on Wednesday and Friday, and most days in between that. So I'm always going. Love to see you there. We're having like a great little time. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.